Well, from my end, you went first. Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not going to start. It's not about who went first, is it really? I could see myself perfectly, but if anybody else could see, I don't know. But well,
I think we're talking about Neil and we're talking about his game, but I think, what about Judd Trump, who said after his last defeat that he wanted to take a year off? He's here apparently.
Yeah. I mean, as we know full well, most of the stuff that's said is straight after you come off the table.
Yeah.
If you give somebody a day to reflect on it, you may not get the types of quotes and comments that that the press wants. So they're always keen to try and get you into the studio or the press room as quick as possible. But if Judd's genuinely feeling that he's not enjoying it as much, and let's face it, he's been in the game a long time. He's been relentless for so long. It's tough to keep that up. If that was the case, the place where you can get excited is the World Championship. But you know, his first
did he not say that the UK Championship was too long? I mean, if he thinks the UK Championship was too long, what's he going to think of this place?
Well, it's hard to know, isn't it? I mean, you know, what is said in the press conferences, I stopped taking much notice of them. You know. You know, when sort of, it's because you get, you know, obviously they want people to chat, and obviously when somebody wins a match, they're buoyant. When they lose, they're really depressed, and obviously, you know, you come out with stuff. You go on another day, you wouldn't say that. So, but I do think that his momentum, his competitive momentum has been halted to some degree. He was in a position where it looked like he couldn't lose, and every time he got in a difficult position, he was able to dig himself out of it, and he was
found an answer.
Yeah, and it looked like he was enjoying that challenge. Now I think perhaps all of a sudden, for whatever reason, that bubble's burst, so he's got to try and, you know, grab it back again somehow. And he's got a tough first round opponent in Hossein Vafi.
Very, very, very tough. I mean, I think the thing with Judd, I mean, it was pressure pots. It was just always getting them, and now whenever I see him go a pressure pot, he's missing them now. And as you know, they leave scars when you miss. If you think all of a sudden you think you're invincible, then all of a sudden you're missing these shots. It's debilitating. But he's not been at his best all season. I think the best. I didn't see the final session when he beat Matt Selt in Turkey at a 147. Apparently, he was brilliant in the evening session of that to win that. But I mean, all it takes is one good. I mean, if he plays well in his first round and wins it, that could be the spark.
Exactly. I mean, if he was to win his first round match. And these are all obviously ifs. There's more chance, I think, although I don't, you know, Liam Highfield's a fantastically talented player. He's up against McGill, who's a bit of a sort of course.
Well, he's a crucible, specialist.
So if anybody was, you know, if you were going to predict the winner of that, you would predict, although there will be shocks first round, obviously, you would predict Anthony McGill. So his next match is against Anthony McGill in that quarter. And then he's got the winner of Kyron Ding, Stuart Bingham, and Liu Haishun. Whoever gets out through in those four, you know, Judd Trump's going to have to earn his place in the semi-finals for sure.
Well, someone's just said hello from Ukraine, so hello back. Glad to see you're watching. Stay safe. Let's go on to Ronnie, the elephant in the room. Is he going to do the 7th this year? I actually said to him in Llandudno, I thought he was playing absolutely fantastic in Llandudno. He was sort of bemoaning his long game that wasn't he was still about 60%. I mean, which over them long matches is fantastic. But the other parts of the game, I thought he was just playing wonderful. But does he enjoy the 17-day circus? You know, when he won it, it was COVID. There was no people here. He could walk from his hotel to the venue, nobody bothering him. It was perfect situation. The circus is back. Can he cope?
Yeah, he can. Yeah, if anybody can, he can. If anybody can, I think if anybody in the game can identify an event and get themselves...
At his best, he's still the best, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I think that the margins are smaller now, and you know, he's got Dave Gilbert. I mean, that's a tough first.
Yeah.
You know, Dave Gilbert slipped out of the 16, but you know, his trip to the latter stages a couple of years ago was brilliant. So that's a tough first round match. He could have had maybe an easier one.
Mark Allen possibly in the second round, possibly.
Yeah, but even so, Scott Donaldson's looked pretty impressive in the qualifiers. He had He absolutely had he romped home 10-1 against Alan Taylor, who had been playing well. So Scott Donaldson's got some form to taking into it. But with Ronnie O'Sullivan, I think he's capable of. Yeah, like we talk about players who've got this, you know, the good B game and all of that stuff, right? Okay, we don't talk about Ronnie's in that way, but he has got.
For years now, he's had that. That winning mentality.
Yeah, and I think probably as it's gone on, he's matured enough to enjoy that a bit more, and now he's even harder to beat. Yeah. Still physically very fit. Yeah. He's still got. I think
he's the best adapter to conditions that I've ever seen as well. He doesn't care what the table's like. He adapts to it.
No, and he doesn't moan about it, and therefore he doesn't get himself in a negative frame of mind with conditions or anything. So I do think he's got a very good chance. It would be a worry that maybe he's not won so many finals, but the same would apply to John Higgins. But you'd like to get to the final. That's hard enough as it is. And I do think he could be the player, should he continue to put his mind to the game, and why not? Who can win major events when he's 50? So not there. He's not. He's got a few years before that, but this isn't sort of his last chance to try and equal your record. He's going to have a few more, I think. Realistic. He might not say that, but he could.
Someone's just asked me here if I'd be gutted if he makes 7. Yes, I would. So there you go.
I'm
not going to lie.
I did see something go past about did Andy Goldstein get his MBE from me? Yeah, he won it in a pool game. A bit like Conkers.
Someone also asked who at the BBC gets the best room, and I said it's Hazel. I think deservedly so.
It's great to see Hazel back this for the World Championship.
Fabulous. Dennis will always try, but it's always Hazel that gets it.
And also Rishi Prasad's back as well, so that's great.
Yeah, great fun we're going to have. Let's go to John Higgins. Did you watch that defeat against Neil Robertson?
Yeah.
That was like a car crash TV, wasn't it?
Do you know what?
It was painful to watch.
Yeah, it was. There's a few shots. He rolled one into the middle pocket. It was so close.
Yeah.
If he pots that, he wins. The margins are small. And then he had a few like long range ones that missed. But then of course, the red into the one pocket into the corner, top right hand corner was like.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, that's a nightmare shot. The look on his face was, I just don't believe it myself.
But listen, we've all been there, and people say, "How did they miss that?" And you can miss absolutely anything. We know that under pressure. I mean, you're used to missing blacks. I missed a black in the Masters final.
It happened, but obviously it's how you deal with it. What a weird season, So many. He's played so great. He looks great, Nick. Now he looks really up. But by his high standards, to lose in 5 finals,
we've just been called such a pair of dilfs. What does that mean?
Don't know. I can take a guess. I think it's a weird scenario that you could come into the World Championship having played brilliantly and got so far in events and end up being in a bad frame of mind. But I don't think that's how John Higgins will approach it. He does. I think he's got the grit. He's always had the grit. I don't know if he's got the dilf. I don't even know, but he's got the grit.
I don't know. He looked like the life had been sucked out of him after that final. It really did. I felt for him. Listen, it's sport at the end of the day, and I'm as sort of brutal as anyone. You lose. I hate that situation that there has to be a loser. I just can't stand when people say that. It's a shame there has to be a loser. But I did feel for him. He looked as I say, the life was sucked out of him. But he's got pedigree here.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like we know, you know full well the same as me what happened in my career and same in yours. All of a sudden, you miss unexpected shots. You miss, all of a sudden, sort of the wheels don't completely fall off overnight. But all of a sudden, you miss an occasional shot. Was that a lack of concentration, or was there a little bit of pressure, or what was it? Cue action. You beat yourself up over what it was. So looking at Mark Williams, John Higgins, and Ronnie O'Sullivan, it's astonishing how long they've stayed in the game and played not just great snooker, but good pressure snooker as well.
Yeah.
Something in the end's got to give. And whilst you don't wish it on any of these three players, you're looking and thinking, well, what is it that's going to go first? And it may be this at the final hurdle in the world, in the final, that may be where the first cracks are. But bloody hell, you'd like to have those cracks. I know I would. Well, I don't.
Yeah.
I know you would.
Well, I mean, the season that all of them are having is just absolutely phenomenal.
This season's also produced so many different winners, which I think's made it. You know, there's a lot of players have, I think, been spurred on by the fact, you know, Joe Perry won, and obviously the two wins by Zhao Tong.
Well, I was just going to mention him. Yeah, I mean, can he have a strong world championship?
Well, if Mark Williams is your tip, then you don't know if he's come of age yet. Because it's not the World Championship, it was the UK won it. But he's my tip, if not to win it, to go somewhere, you know. And yeah,
I mean, what quarterfinal that would be? Ronnie versus Zhao Tong.
Yeah. But there again, he's playing Jamie Clark, who played some unbelievable snooker to get here, and played some great snooker the year he lost to McGill in that.
Well done. Well done.
That was a strange match. I don't know. It was Jamie. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But the expectation on Zhao Tong is going to be massive. I mean, massive from China, from a lot. You know, thinking that he's Ding Junhui is probably I think Ding Junhui is now the 6th ranked Chinese player or something. Yeah. Someone said so. It's on his shoulders now, Zhao Tong.
Yeah, but the thing is, we always talked about Ding Junhui's, you know, how the expectation panned out for him, but you know, like when you're playing in the match on match day, if you're thinking about anything other than the balls, you're very unlikely to have got this far in the game anyway. You can push everything out. Yeah, afterwards there's lots of press interviews and all that. Yes, that can come into the equation, and you try and get people around you that sort of protect you to some degree from that, and make it your mission is you just play the game. He'll have good people around him. He seems very sensible. He seems he doesn't feel like he's big-headed as if he's getting a bonus. No. But what I get from him is good vibes that maybe he's learned his trade, and that we're going to see now whether he's got the final parts in place to be able to go all the way. And this is going to be a stupid thing to say. It really is stupid, but I don't know why. But the further he goes in the event, the more I'm going to fancy him to win it.
Yeah, now, I know what you mean.
Obviously, yeah, it's sort of a silly thing to say, because obviously, you can't win it if you're out of it. But it just feels like if he gets through the first couple of rounds, it's going to be business as usual back in the UK Championship.
And he's going to enjoy it. He's going to love it.
Yeah. But there again,
has he played here before? Has he played at Crucible before? Yeah, maybe someone will pop up and tell me, but I can't.
I think he has, but I don't think he won. You got great lads, well done. Dinner, I don't know, Indian maybe.
I seen the last one. Well, Ronnie did well in London. No, he dropped a couple. Blamed poor old Leo Scullion.
It happens. Bill Urban now was the master, and he's now gone now. Sadly.
Tell me this. Change the subject. What was your routine if you're playing a match at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning? What's your routine?
7 o'clock.
Tonight, early. Try and get early to bed, or?
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily work.
No, you can't do that, can you? You can't just switch off.
Especially if you're a vampire. But wake up at 7 o'clock, 3 hours before, and
really as early as that?
Yeah. Not in a good way, but just surface, you know.
Right.
Any later than that, I felt like I wasn't giving myself enough time to get sort of a food inside me. I want to eat by 8.
I couldn't never eat, and I was, if I was leaving at say 9 o'clock, which I probably would for 10 o'clock, I would would set my alarm clock for like 8:15 and have a couple of snoozes. Have as much sleep as possible.
No, well, you're not wrong if you can do it, but I always felt like I wanted to eat by 2 hours before. I had
Right.
somewhere I read that eating 2 hours before was, maybe it was for running marathons, but who knows. But it felt like I didn't want to be playing on a full stomach, so therefore, but I wanted some food in my body, rightly or wrongly. I don't think you could, I know like Anthony Hamilton would sort of bring like half a dozen bananas and eat them during the game. But yeah, I don't know. I suppose it's whatever you get used to. And also the other thing is what worked for round one, you try and repeat for round two, and then became the routine.
Would you have a nap in the afternoon in between sessions?
Yeah.
I did.
That's a great attribute, I think. Well, not an attribute. That's a great ability to be able to do, because it's not for fun.
Yeah. Oh, end this then. What are you doing? I suppose you're in the studio tomorrow morning, are you?
Yeah, I assume so. I've not seen the order of play, but
I'm commentating on Ronnie in the afternoon, and I'm doing the end of Mark Selby's match tomorrow night.
Well, that could be a tough old match. I think it's great to see those two players in the first day. What a great! I mean, the crowds who came last year, I think, were very well rewarded with some fantastic snooker. But yeah, this could be as good an event as there's ever been here. The standard, I'm sure, will be.
Plans tonight? You don't have to give too much away.
I think
no gigs.
No gigs, no DJing. I've got nothing to shave. There's nothing shaved left. I'm not going to look anymore at the draw. I might just hang around and sadly in the hotel lobby and see if anybody recognises me.
Right. So your choice. Let's your choice is Zhao Xingtong.
Well, I've got loads of choices, but I'm talking about the player that is further down. I think was he 33-1. I think Mark Selby's 40-1 or something. I don't know what the prices were.
Right.
I'm not going for a favourite for a if you were going to pick an outsider, if you could call Mark Williams and Zhao Xingtong outsiders.
Yeah.
But maybe the way to do it is, I don't know, like have a bet. If you want to have a flutter, small one, like a bet each round as opposed to trying to get an each way one of the first or second.
I quite like the bet. First round's one match always does you like an accumulator, but in the second round, as I say, we're not advocating gambling here, but to bet for a couple of centuries in every match, it's quite fun because you when people get to 90 in certain matches, it's actually quite a fun bet to have.
Yeah, I think the thing is, it would have been if we're talking about what players are gonna fall by what seeds are gonna drop.
Go on then. Who's the biggest name's going to drop out of that drop in the first round?
Hopefully, and it would be any seed that is currently watching this shouldn't be watching this. Because you know full well that Ronnie O'Sullivan won't be watching this because he's other fish to fry, and every player should be doing something that is not taking any interest on saddos like us or the media.
Absolutely.
And any friends of these players also would do well not to tell their friend who's a top 16 player which players we're discussing may lose. It won't do them any good to go, guess what? In the Instagram feed, I saw such and such, Steve Davis and Stephen Hendry, disregarding your chance by saying you're going to get turned over first round.
Listen, normally my tip, and they want me to tip them to lose.
Well,
the year Stuart Bingham won it, I tipped him to lose every round, and he went and won it.
This is between me and you, right?
Okay.
Okay, so if we were just chatting and there was nobody else listening, there is nobody. Oh yes, there is.
I cannot see Murphy beating Maguire the way Murphy has been this season. I have to say, he cannot be. Nothing against Sean. We're going to be working together. Great guy, unbelievable talent. He can win it, but with the season he's had, he must be so low in confidence. Maguire's come through qualifying. I can't see Murphy winning that match.
No. Okay. Would it be wrong to say that Jamie Jones has got a great chance? Is it? Am I?
No. You're not miles out by any stretch.
If one of the big names in the game, like Mark Selby, is going to be beaten, it's going to be first round where I think he's the most vulnerable.
I mean, listen, we're talking about people who could win it. If Mark Selby comes through the first round playing well, I mean, he's definitely one of the ones that's in the frame to win it, the whole thing.
I love the way he plays. Said Tahir's just gone through and saying that Jamie Clark's going to win. Yeah, he's got a great chance. Yeah, he looks pretty decent as well. I would say if Xiao Xingtong plays up to the standard, though, he's going to have his work cut out. But I don't know about Mark Allen, Scott Donaldson. I don't know how good Scott can play. And once again, he doesn't know yet. But yeah, and also like Dave Gilbert. And I'm not predicting he's going to beat Ronnie O'Sullivan, but
Ronnie has lost it. He has lost a couple of first rounds.
Yeah, I've had some awful first rounds here as a favourite. This is a tough match for Ronnie O'Sullivan, and maybe the one that tunes him up for it if he gets through it.
Yeah,
but Dave Gilbert, what a handful at his first round. I think Ding versus Kyron. I know Kyron is such a great player, but Ding's got absolutely no pressure on him in this match. Quite an interesting.
Dangerous. Yeah.
All right. Hossein Vafi versus Judd Trump, another day. I think some of the top players have got really dangerous first round matches.
I mean, Mark Williams has played Michael White. I know he's probably someone he knows very well from Wales. You know,
he sat on the fence pretty well there. I sort of bottled it.
2 Thai players playing, Nopon and Tepchaya.
Tony Knowles versus me, first round. Yeah, okay, 10-1. Thanks. Yeah. Let's just look through. Someone says I think 7 seeds will lose in the first round. I wouldn't argue. I'd go under. I'd go 5.
5.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Could you have a Hines on 5 of them if you sort of? I don't know how it works.
What would your walk-on song be, DJ Steve? Oh, someone else came up with medical grade music.
Yeah, medical grade music.
Yeah. Excellent.
Well,
okay. Well, I'm off to have some dinner.
Have a great tournament, everybody watching. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, everyone, please enjoy it. And thanks, Steve, for doing this.
Pleasure. Thanks.
It's been a pleasure. And enjoy the World Championship, everybody. We'll see you soon. Cheers, guys.
See ya.